How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ball to Bold series. This is episode two. And today I got with me one of my favorite guys, my right hand, my dog Somto Okoye. So everybody knows the Ball to Bold series is an opportunity for men to come together and just really chop it up about that hair loss journey, what they went through, if they were down bad, and now on the other side, how they living, basically from a ball to ball standpoint, really repping the look and putting on for ball guys everywhere. My dog Somto is one of the smoothest guys on earth, one of the cleanest guys on earth. And as you can see, obviously got one of the cleanest balls on earth. You know what I'm saying? Sam, talk to the people today, man. Let them know a little bit about yourself. Thank you for joining us, dog.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you having me on. As Ken said, my name is Somto Okoye. Original, I was born in Nigeria, but I currently live in Raleigh, North Carolina, with my wife and our soon to be daughter that's gonna be
stamp
there.
that. My dog said his wife, and
yes, sir.
Stamp that. Stamp that.
Absolutely, man. So just love living life, enjoying life, man, wilding out, just partying, turning up with my guys. And just enjoying the gifts, man. Like life is so precious, so we got to enjoy every single moment. Right now I got some salmon on the grill right now. I'm cooking right now, so as soon as we're done with this, man, I'm back on it. Do what I do best, man. But I'm mad chill, laid back, man. The life of the party, like turning up, man. If you see one of those guys who be in a club, standing on top of the couches and stuff, doing champagne showers, that's me.
And we done plenty of that together in all these years. We done plenty of that.
Man. Absolutely, man. But yeah, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you having me on.
My brother. So we got my right today, and y'all know what it is. We're here to really learn more about his story, his come home story, because obviously he's super smooth with the ball now, but it might not have always been that way. So, Sam, we're gonna start with the number one question, man. If you can think back about the day you officially came home, can you tell us a bit more about that story? Like what led up to that? I know knowing you personally, I know you came home one time before that, kind of for whiles. So tell us a bit about like the entire journey from when you had the sharp hairline, the waves, do-rag back in the day, until, when it was time for you to shave it off and come home.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So it's crazy to like reflect back on it. Like I was looking at a picture of when I was in high school, and then when I was in college, full head of hair, everything looking silky smooth, you know what I mean? Doing my damn thing,
Sure.
So it was just one of those things that, I started noticing I was going bald like my junior year in college. And like, for me, it was hard to believe because I was like, man, like this can't be real, I'm 20 years old and I'm already losing my hair. So for me, it was kind of a eye opener. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try to hang on tight, make sure my hair was low, right? Do some tapers on the side, on the back, so everything kind of flow. So it was a little bit more difficult for people to see, and
So
most people didn't notice.
You was trying to get the barber to finesse a little bit. You're like, yo, I need
absolutely,
you
to. Absolutely. I was trying to have him, do his thing on the side, make sure everything riding,
Sure.
So you do everything in that moment, man, to try to preserve your hairline and stuff, man, just so, your homies don't run jokes on you, so you do anything that you have to. But there was one time in college that one of my partners, one of my really good friends in college, he was going bald, but he was worse than I was, right? His stuff was already back here. And, he had a hard time just like wanting to like let go. And I was just like, yo, you know what, bro? Like I'll cut mine off completely for you just to like support you through this process. So you're not the only person on campus walking around with a baldy and you're 20 years old. You
exactly.
Know what I mean?
You're 18, you're looking like Stone Cold.
Yeah, babes fading you, your homies fading you, just one of those things. So I did it, and of course, my hair grew back because I wasn't at that stage where it was like over for me. And then, like as the year progresses,
before you go into that, I want to stop you right there because y'all got to think about it. My man Sam pretty much saying he had a homie that was down bad, and he was so loyal, he was so down and willing to rock. He's like, you know what, homie, I'm gonna shave my shit for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go down with you. So that's how you know it's the real one right there. So who you remember who that friend was, Saw? Because that person need a shout out right now. We need to shout out that man right now.
Absolutely, man. He's one of our ball brothers right now in the game, and he's strong with it. My boy Tyonne Johnson.
Oh, man. For sure.
Man. So he definitely he's strong with it. Keeps a fresh ball. consistently now, man. Is proud of it, embraces it, man. But yeah,
Hey,
I had
tell
to do
Tyonne next time you talk to him, I need him on the next episode. Let him know that for sure.
know that I'm gonna tap him in for sure, for sure.
Already.
So yeah, man. So like, you know, graduated college, you know, back in Raleigh working, you know, still going to the barbershop, still dropping a 30 spot, you know, for a fresh cut and a beard lineup plus tip, you know. So like, but I noticed each and every single time it felt like it was like inching back, like slowly, 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 slowly.
Like,
Or
Sam, was your
whatever
barber
it is.
saying anything though, or he was just letting you rock?
No, that's a crazy thing. My barber was
Talk
like,
to him,
"Oh
yo.
nah, oh you good, man. You got a couple. You got like 10 more years before it's fully gone." And I'm looking at myself like, man, 10 more years. Like my stuff used to be up here, not a thing, you know. So I'm just like 10 years. I'm like, bro, like it's either you know something that I don't know, or you just trying to best me for my Betty. You hear me now? So like it was just one of those things. But I'm like, bro, like there's no way that like I have 10 more years
Yeah.
left in the game of keep getting cuts, right? So as
Man,
I
trying to hit a lick on
progressed,
you, bro.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Man's trying to hit a lick on you.
Yeah,
Barber trying to hit licks.
I'm like, yo, and everybody knows like when you have a relationship with your barber, that's it's like a sacred man, right? Like your right hand type of deal. So when your barber is telling you this and you look at him different like, say what, bro? So I got 10 more years in the game. Man, stop it. Like, so
that's crazy because I let y'all know me and Sam had the same barber, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
I told my boy Fred one of the realest barbers Raleigh ever seen. Cold,
yes,
boy, cold with it, you know what I'm saying?
Money.
He tried to get me too now, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So like I got to a space where for me, I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep going to Fred just to like keep my hairline sharp. You know, I wasn't at a place where I was ready, right, to like completely let it go.
With Sam, was you getting jokes yet? Was people on your head already? Like, yo, your shit's going back?
No, so remember I mentioned earlier, right? I always like kept my hair pretty much at a 1, you know, once it started fading. So it was always hard for people to, you know, to give me jokes. And also I'm 6'3", so most cats
they ain't want to smoke.
Yeah, they don't want no smoke. Plus, they can't really see the top of my head because you know, I mean, I'm taller than most folks, right? So no one's really trying to clean me up. Like if I sat down and then one of my homies like walked by, he may be able to like see it. I'm like, yo, son, just you know, fading.
So killer though. You were right here with it, or you were the hairline? Because you know people have
the hairline.
You were the hairline, okay?
Yeah, like literally right here, like was just kept on going back. Like the side's still full. And I'm like, yo, like if it was a size that was gone and this was still solid, you can finesse that for a minute, you know. But it was literally here just slowly going back, and it was like thinning out, right? So like when my hair grows back, it's pretty much like you can still see it, but just thin. Okay. So I'm just like, man. So you know, kept on going to the barbershop, paying bro, you know, 30 spot every week. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things. I'm like, yeah, I'm spending $120 a month, you know, on fresh cuts, you know, plus tip, you know. So like I'm over here thinking like, you know, I need to preserve it. I need to keep this. And, you know, meanwhile, you know, I got my wife, my girlfriend at the time. So I'm in a relationship and all that stuff. And, you know, she gonna love, in my mind, like she gonna love me regardless whether I'm bald or whether I'm, you know, so on and so forth. Cause we, you know, we've been through the mud together. So, you know, as the years progress, man, it just kept on going back and back. I'm like, yo, I can't keep copping a 1 all the time, you know? And it was 2016.
Okay.
So 2016 was the year that I decided to, my man, enough is enough. Like I woke up one morning.
I came before you. You came before me, killer. I can't remember.
I believe I came home before you.
Okay.
I believe I did. I could be wrong. Okay. But I believe
that makes sense because you know I held on for dear life, my
dear. Yeah, man. Yeah, I had to come home. Yeah, I believe I came home before you because I know we had multiple conversations, like you know.
Oh yeah, man, you're right.
Yeah, we had mad combos about that and stuff. So man, I can remember vividly. It was a Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. Like I woke up and like I'm like, yo, I gotta go get a haircut and stuff. And like I looked in the mirror like, yo, Sam, like, who are you fooling, bro? Like, Stop playing with yourself.
Facts.
Right? Like look at where your hairline is right now. And like for me, mine wasn't necessarily bad, but compared to where it was, like I just had to be realistic with myself.
Yep.
Right. So I'm just like, man, I go online and type in like Sally's Beauty Supply Store. You know what I mean? For most people who don't know, it's like a major chain around here where they have everything that you need. So I'm looking at it, it says open 8 a.m. I'm like, bet.
So
Say
that
no
was the
more.
day, Killer.
So
That was the day.
that was the day I drove to the beauty supply store. Of course, I was familiar with like the different types of like trimmers and edgers and stuff, and I know that the T outliner kind of does its thing,
Sure.
to get you right and get it low. So I went in there, and you go to Sally's, right? Man, they got everything that you need in there, but the T outliners, they got it behind the
Down the
register
counter. Yeah, you already know.
because you already know what the bother is with that, right? So they got it behind the register. So I'm just like, yeah, let me get that T outliner. And I believe it was probably like 75, 80 bucks. And I'm just like, 75, 80 bucks. I'm like, that's it. It was like, yeah. I'm like, all right, because I'm thinking I'm spending $30. I'm a numbers guy, right? So I'm spending $30 per cut per week. I can buy this thing, and it covers a month
You did the
worth
math.
of
You
for the
already know
rest of
that's
the
the right
year.
decision.
Yeah, man. So I'm just like, all right, let me get this. And then, of course, I've seen barbers with an old school razor,
Yeah.
as well. I was just like, man, I'm just going to cop this and then kind of dib and dab and see how I like it, man. Hopefully I don't cut my whole face off, my whole head off, with a straight razor. So I end up getting both of those things. So I come back home to the house, and my wife, who was then my fiance, I was chilling in the basement or whatever it is, and like I called her down. I was just like, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna cut all my hair off." She was like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's time." She's like, "Are you sure?" Meanwhile, on the inside, I could feel like she's super hyped, like dumb hype, like, yeah, I'm about to take this thing to my, to my fiance's head and do whatever it is. And she did the funniest thing, man. So like she kept on asking, she's like, "You sure?" And she's turning the thing on. I'm like, "Are you sure?" She looked around and looked at me, and she went straight down the middle. So there was no coming back. She literally went straight down the middle. So there was no coming back at all, man. It was so hilarious. She was like, "Well, I want to go straight down the middle just so you couldn't stop me." If,
Wow, yeah.
once it was there, it was there. It was an action, right? So she went straight down the middle, and she just kept on going and going and going, or whatever it is. And of course, I did it for two reasons. One, to just like embrace that moment and also share that moment with my wife. Like, hey, you were able to help me transition into this phase where I'm like, I look different,
Yeah.
but I'm also accepting of it because like you helped me get there, right? So I end up going through that. So
last time we talked about that, we said that might be a love language. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A love language right
absolutely,
there. So
absolutely.
that's kind of like the acts of service situation. You know what I'm saying? But also, like you said, it's a pivotal moment in your life for her to like be a part of that and welcome your new vibes. That means she was welcoming that. So you knew you was money already because your wife was with it. She was a part of it. So you was good.
Absolutely, man. And that was a great thing about it is like, and the good thing, going back to when I was in college, when I cut my hair initially, I'm just like, oh, I'm still straight with a ball. So,
Right.
I knew that when it was time to like come home, you know what I mean, that I was still gonna be straight regardless.
It's gonna be comfortable. You're just gonna be
Yeah, it was gonna be comfortable. Like, I don't got that weird shaped head where, people, I'm like, it's actually not bad. So when it was time, that was also helpful because I just reflected, right? I went through like my pictures in my phone. I'm just like, oh yeah, you're gonna be solid regardless. And I didn't have all of this back in college. I had like
yeah.
so it was very interesting, man. Went down the middle. And then ever since then, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like keep cutting my own hair, right? Because you can't mess up a bald head.
You can't.
Yeah. Like there's no way you can mess up a bald head, right? So, excuse me. So for me, I just learned how to properly cut it, and when it came to like lining up my facial hair as well, I had to learn how to like make sure my angles were right,
Sure.
learn how to utilize the straight, razor, the old school, and line my face up as well, including with the clippers. And then from there, man, it was just like I just felt comfortable because the next year, 2017, that's when my wife and I were getting married.
Mm-hmm.
So like I didn't want to like another reason is like I didn't want to have my wedding pictures with my, my
Yeah.
hairline back here.
Crazy all in them.
Yeah, man. It's like, and I'm like, man, nah. So after I did it, man, and it looked good. My wife was like, well, my fiance at the time, she was like, oh, she's like, babe, yeah, you look good. And I'm just like, I'm feeling myself, my old lady, she still digging me, you know what I mean? So
Go, Bill.
yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm up, because at that point in time, as long as my wife, still thought I was solid. You know what I mean? I'm good ball.
The
So
question, you copped the ball that day. You came home that next day when you popped out to go to work, or whatever situation was, or with the family, friends. What was their reaction to it? Was it like, oh, or did people not even really say nothing? What was it like?
yeah, for me, it wasn't like my friends, they were like, oh wow, so I mean you got a baldy. But like I said, most folks, like I'm taller than most folks I meet. So it's hard for them to really like look and like, oh yeah, you really, really got a baldy until like I either sit down or whatever the case may be. Like I went to my parents' crib. My mom said, "Oh, it looks good, right?" She was like, I think you need to trim your facial hair down a little bit." You know
Yeah,
how
I know
moms are,
mom
man.
stay saying that.
Yeah,
Mom
man,
stay saying that, bro.
they want super clean cuts and stuff. And my pops, my pops bald, so for him, it was probably like, oh yeah, my son with me, you know what I mean?
That's game.
So it was definitely big love on that, man. But yeah, when I linked on my friends, one of my friends, Elliot Ratch, right?
Sure.
He slapped my baldy like, oh man, you finally home. You know how it is when you first cop a ball. Everybody think I mean, it's fair game and stuff, man. And I'm like, bro, don't slap my ball again, bro. But yeah, it was just one of those things, man. Like at work, they were like, "Oh, you look different. Something looks different." I'm just like, "Yeah, I cut up all my hair." So it was just like little things like that here and there, man. That a lot of people didn't notice because, like I said, I always rocked the one anyway. So when it was time to transition, it was a little easier, to make that move.
So pretty much you came home. You
Yep.
low key was like, yo, I'm rocking with it. Your wife was rocking with it. Family was rocking with it. So you were pretty much good money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like,
I was confident,
yeah, for
in
sure.
who I was because my closest group, they were accepting, or I guess they had no other option but to be accepting of it. And my wife was accepting. She was like, "Yeah, I think it looks good, regardless." And I was like, "Gosh, I'm good then."
So, bro, since 2016 or so,
Yep.
over time, how have you come to like rock with the ball look more? Are you rocking with it more even now, like now more than you were rocking with it then? Have you
Yep.
gone more into it? Like, what's your thought on the ball look in general now? Because
Bro,
me personally, I feel like it's a wave right now.
absolutely, and I will like echo those sentiments as well, man. Like I love my baldy. Like as much people like, oh man, bro, if you can grow hair back, you would love to grow it. You can blah blah blah. I'm like, uh, now that I've been bald for the past going on 5 years, man, I was like, I don't think so. Like having hair, having the waves, having a tight hairline and all that stuff, all those things were great, right? It added to you, right? But man, I tell you right now, there's nothing better than like a fresh baldy.
Come
Man,
on now. Come on.
I
Talk to the
I
people
feel,
now.
I,
Talk to the people.
I'm tell, bro, I'm telling you, you can ask my wife. Like when I'm balding my hair up, man, I'm in the mirror like, oh yeah, you on now. Like there's
Ready.
nothing like a fresh balding. So maybe people who still have their hairlines who getting lined up or whatever after they got out of the chair, they had that same feeling.
Sure.
But for me, man, there's nothing like a fresh bald, man. Like if I'm telling you, like once you're at the point where you have no other option and you embrace it, you're accepting of it, man. It's all confidence. It's all how you do it, right? It's all how you rock your gear. It's all how you swag it out. And at the end of the day, man, you just got to be comfortable in you.
Hey,
And that's all it is.
hey, now you say when you get one of them fresh balls, you feel like one of them ball players or something.
Man, I feel like one of them ball players or something, man. I'm telling you, man, bro, I feel unstoppable, man. When I have a fresh ball, man, it's like I feel unstoppable. And it's just one of those things, man. Like you look at yourself, and you're on a different level than others, man. And even like when I'm out and about, man, people feel that energy. Like I walk into a spot, I feel like I'm in control of that, of that room,
No doubt.
at all times, man. But yeah, that's just me, man, when it comes to the ball.
And now also you talked about it a bit because you talked about the swag, the drip, etc. Do you feel like once you went bald that you had to kind of switch your style up a little bit, like to be more like a mature look? Or talk to me about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Before before copping the baldy, I never rocked like turtlenecks. Right?
They go crazy now though, nah. They go crazy. Nah.
I got a closet full of turtlenecks, two of each color. You know what I mean? Just so I can swap it out, like the G wagons, right?
You already know. Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
But like really, man, I think that I had to figure out a way to like elevate my game a little bit on some like grown and sexy
for sure
type of ordeal. Like there's still times where I just want to chill in sweats and just, what I mean, just do whatever it is. But man, even if I'm rocking some sweats, man, like I may just say like, yeah, forget it. I'm just gonna throw some loafers on with this and just, and just stroll out. I'm just something different, throwing a leather jacket or something, like when it's cold, make sure that my scarf is wrapped correctly around my neck, just so everything flows and looking like it needs to, man. So yeah, I would definitely say that, rocking more pea coats, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Just little things along those lines, man, and just to like elevate your game, at the end of the day. But yeah, yeah, man, somebody got to do it, man. Might as well be us,
I know that. You already know that for sure, for sure. All right, now next thing I want to talk about, Sam, is what does your scalp care routine look like? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell the people what it looks like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people will go bald, or people that know bald people don't really know it takes low-key a decent amount of work to keep the clean shaved bald, you know what I'm saying? Sure. So talk to us about that. But one thing we don't want is don't drop no brands, killers. Ain't no free free advertisement up here. No brandy, you know what I'm saying? So tell us what you do, but ain't no free promo around here.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, mine is, like I said, like when it's time to like cut my hair, right? I make a big ordeal about it, right? I got the music playing, right? I may have some like cognac or scotch on the side on the rocks or something.
I like this because now we get into the self-care bit, right? We get into the setting the tone, really like taking care of yourself, treating yourself.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. And like, I got to make sure that environment is like conducive to the work and art I'm about to do on my head, right? So, for me, the important thing is like making sure like my scalp is clean, right? So normally before like I will cut my ball like fresh, I'll make sure I wash it, dry it off, and then I'll take the shaver through to it, right? So I'll take the cutter or the trimmer. I'll go ahead and do my thing with it.
You do the dry shave, Sam. So right, you're not using
no.
Okay.
So yeah,
no shaving cream, none of that.
No shaving cream. No straight razor for my head or whatever it is. I just got sensitive skin, so I use the trimmer alone, right? So after I'm done doing that, take some rubbing alcohol, make sure I kill whatever bacteria or whatever it is that might have gotten on my head via the trimmer or whatever the case may be. And then what I end up doing is I will end up taking some tea tree.
Okay.
So get some tea tree as well, apply it and just let the tea tree sit, for like 20 minutes, just so it can soak in there, get some of those good nutrients and so on and so forth, like within my scalp. And then what I normally end up doing is after that sits for a little while, I will wash my head again. And then from there, I will take a brown sugar scrub, right? I love the brown sugar scrub. I think it works miracles because it's just a combination of brown sugar, like some lavender in there, and also shea butter for the moisturizing piece of the puzzle, right? So the great grittiness of the brown sugar helps with exfoliating your scalp.
Yeah.
Right. And I also have an exfoliating glove that I utilize as well. So I'll put my exfoliating glove on, right? Put some brown sugar scrub on it, and then I'll just go to work, let's say for about 5 minutes, right? because eventually the brown sugar is gonna melt, just from the heat of your head and just the friction and so on and
Yeah,
so
for
forth.
sure.
Yeah. So but then once it's done, like your head feels so much like so smooth, right? Because you have the shea butter that's also moisturizing your scalp, as well. So after I do a brown sugar scrub, like I can take a shower, the shea butter is still, you can still feel how smooth it is. Like, so once I get out of the shower, I don't necessarily have to like add some more like, oils or anything along those lines if I don't need to,
Yeah.
because of the shea butter and that moisture that it already left in my head, right? So that's normally my routine. And one thing I will always recommend is like try try your hardest. Is very difficult, right? Not to touch your head after a fresh cut,
Okay.
because you
That might be
still
an insight right there. That might be an insight.
yeah, absolutely, because you're normally your hands touches a lot of things, so the dirt and so on and so forth. And a fresh cut, you have your pores are open and so on and so forth. So you don't want all that gunk getting in there and all that good jazz. But yeah, that's normally like my routine that I have, when it comes to like my body, man.
Okay. Super smooth, killer. So, question then, man. You just broke down the actual routine for us. But question: when the last time you did that, man? When the last time you got the fresh cut? We looking at a fresh ball right now, or what? What you?
Yeah. So last time was yesterday. Yesterday I
Okay.
went through that entire process of fresh bald in terms of washing my hair, then shaving it off, then
Hey,
rubbing
well, look, man. Hey,
alcohol.
nah, I don't want to hear the rest of that, man. We're gonna put it to the test. We gonna do the ball check right now. Show the
Come
people
on, man.
now. I want to see the ball check right now.
Come on, man.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Now see the
yeah,
other
yeah.
side too. Stop faking now.
Come
See the
on,
other
man.
side.
Come on,
Okay, she
boy.
good.
Stop playing
Okay,
with your
okay.
boy.
First official
I'm out
ball
here
check.
with it.
We'll get out
Yes,
100%. On a 1 to 5 scale, we get out of 5. She looking clean. You know what I'm saying?
sir. My
Everybody
man,
that's on the mini series got to do the ball check. Nah, I ain't
you
playing
need
that.
that. You
Okay,
need
for
that.
sure.
Stop playing with them boys, man. You need
No,
that,
nobody
man. But
coming on here free.
yeah, man. And I'll tell y'all this as well, man, as a free game for y'all, right? So, when it comes to that brown sugar scrub, I normally will do that like consistently for 3 to 4 days after I have gotten like a fresh body, right?
Mhm.
Just to make sure that it continues to like be moisturized and get any of the dead skin cells and do its thing, right? So, I cut my hair yesterday, went through that entire process. My yesterday's process was a lot longer. But today, after I took it, like while I'm taking a shower, put the brown sugar scrub on, put my exfoliating glove on, and I go back to work on it. So, I'm gonna do that tomorrow again. I'm gonna do that, on Saturday again, right? And just kind of keep going from there, just to make sure that I take care of the skin that's up there, so it continues to look good.
Yo, so my dog's giving y'all free keys right now. Everybody that's listening, you bald, or you got a friend, husband, whoever, brother that's bald, father that's bald, take these keys, man, for sure. Believe that. So, son, we're going to our lightning round now. We're going to our lightning round, right? So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and you're just gonna fire off the first answer that comes to your head. All right.
Yep.
All right. So first question for you, man, the lightning round is gonna be, what is your go-to grooming product? It doesn't have to be scalp care. It could be beard care, whatever. What's your go-to grooming one, like you couldn't live without? Like you need this product. Go-to grooming product.
Man, I'll say, man, I'll say that brown sugar scrub, man.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah,
Stick with that.
yeah, I get that the definitely 100%. I need that. Yeah.
All right, believe it. Believe it. All right. Question two. Obviously, all bald dudes kind of like rocking hats because like that's our only real way to switch it up, get some kind of variety. So, what's
Yeah.
your favorite kind of hat? What's your favorite kind of hat to rock?
Oh man, Scully all day, man. Give me
Scully
that
boy.
bog. Give me that bog, and I need that with it. You can pick that bog in a couple ways. You hear me?
For sure. Okay. You dig that. Next, who are the three most iconic bald men you can think of? The three most iconic bald men.
Man, I'll say Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Okay.
Right, I'll give that to him. Of course, the 23 GOAT MJ. Gotta give him that. And man, people sleep on this cat, man. He's been ball for a minute. LL Cool J.
Ooh.
LL.
Ooh.
Yeah, LL.
Okay.
He's been like that for
Okay.
a minute, holding us down.
All right. Question 4, bro. So obviously, the whole point of Come Home, we trying to assist fellas who are going through that struggle, man. Obviously, you're gonna hit people off with the fire scout care, but really want to make sure that guys who are going through that struggle that we've been through, they ain't got to go down bad. They can come through, skip all the, the drama, the anxiety, embarrassment of losing their hair, and really just embrace it early on. So what would you say to anybody right now who's watching this, who's still actually fighting that good fight, struggling with their hair loss? What would you say to them?
Yeah, man, stop fighting, bro. It's time. Like, stop playing yourself. Like,
Never
you're
play
probably getting
yourself.
more. Stop playing yourself, man. You're probably getting more jokes right now for your hairline being back here than you will like with a fresh baldy. And I'm telling you, the baldy elevates your game, bro. Like it
Yeah.
literally takes you to a different level. Like your self-confidence. Like just imagine the type of person and individual that you have to be confident to walk out in public without any hair in your head. Just think about that for a second, man. Your ability to embrace that, man, is gonna take you to so many different levels that you have zero clue about. I'm telling you, just do it. Stop playing yourself, man.
Y'all
You
heard
need
it
to
here
come
first.
home.
Y'all
Yeah,
heard it here first, man. Never play yourself. Like DJ Khaled said, never play yourself.
you know that for sure, for sure.
And so, Sam, the last question I have for you, man, this gets kind of deep, but so when we talk about coming home, we know we talk about it initially from like a kind of a joke, like a slang phrase, like yo, my man's just losing his hair. Yo, come home, man. Just give it up and come home.
Yeah.
But also, the way we spell the brand, COMME space HOMME, is actually a French phrase, right? Which means like a man or as a man, because our main goal again is to help men embrace their natural evolution, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, bro, can you talk a bit about what it means to be a man to you? Like, what does manhood mean to you? As you embrace that, what does it mean to you to be a man, bro?
Yeah, man. I think it's just being authentic,
Mm,
right? For me, it's really being authentic, like knowing who you are and
yeah.
being confident in that self. And man, as a man, honestly, man, I'm a brother, right? I'm a friend.
Talk about it. Talk
I'm a
about it.
husband. I'm a son, right? And in addition to that, man, I'm going to be a father here, right? So there's so many different pieces of that puzzle that like makes a man,
Mm-hmm.
right? A man is just not one thing, right?
Yep.
Uh, he is every single piece of his life coming together to
Yep.
form that wholeness, right? So for me, it's so many different pieces, man. But I think the authenticity perspective or aspect of it is what separates
Yeah.
the men from the boys, right? And how you grow into that as well, and you're able to, and your ability to be able to impact the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Also, is a great way to define what a true man is, right?
Powerful, bro, because I think a lot of the times the media will feed us these kind of images or portrayals of man, like, hey, men are just this one thing, tough, super strong, very powerful, dominant. But really, to your point, there's so many facets
Yeah.
of what it means to be a man, right? And you may be a tough person on the outside when you are, competing in something, right? If you're a sport, if you're competing in business, but when you're a father or you're a husband, you're not that same tough guy, right? You're built different in every different situation. So I'm glad you spoke on that, because that's something that folks really need to hear, man.
Absolutely, man. And again, man, I appreciate you from having me on this show, man. In addition to that, man, the Come Home brand, man, is going to be great. I think you guys are doing a lot of phenomenal things. In addition to that, man, I can't wait for the world to touch this and feel this, man.
Sure.
And we're here to support the brand and push the brand, man. I can't wait for the Come Home products to drop so I can get rid of everything else I got in my stash. I
I
need
already
that.
know, killer.
I need that, man. So
I
yeah,
know.
y'all keep rocking out, man, and take Come Home to the next level. Let's get it.
My brother times 10, man. So listen, we're wrapping up episode 2 of Ball to Bold. It's been amazing with my brother, Somto Okoye. So y'all make sure y'all check him out on IG, follow him, wish him the best luck again. He's going to be a father in the next couple of coming months, coming real soon. So y'all wish him the best of luck as he takes on that new step in manhood, like we just talked about. It's going to be a different phase, but he's more than prepared, man. Hey, brother, I thank you 10 times, man, and I'll see you soon, bro.
No doubt, man. Hold it down, man. Be easy out there.
I appreciate you, boss.
Yes, sir.